Welcome back in. Zach Gelb Show, Fox Sports 920 The Jersey. We're getting ready for the 2017 NFL Draft right here in Philadelphia, and no one better to talk to than one of the better stories in the draft, and that's Haason Reddick. He was a walk-on at Temple, played running back actually in high school, and then went to Temple, was a cornerback, a linebacker, and then a defensive end, and now is going to be a number one first-round draft pick, and he joins us right now. Haason, appreciate a few minutes. How are you?
I'm good, man. Just blessed, and receiving these opportunities. But I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing great. This has been a crazy process, and now it's finally here. We've reached draft week. You're going to be getting drafted this week, and it's a wait-and-see period now. You put in all the hard work. Just what are the emotions like right now as you get ready for the draft?
Just excitement, excitement. And I'm ready. I'm just ready to find out where I'm going to go, and where I'll be starting this NFL career at.
Your story has really taken off in the last few months, started the Senior Bowl, and we all knew watching you play at Temple that you were really good leading the nation for tackles for loss. But this process, just to see how quickly a lot of teams and a lot of national interest has been generated, just describe what's that been like, this whole draft process.
It's been crazy, to come out of the season, to start the season as a 7th or 6th round pick, then to come out of the season as a 3rd to 5th round pick, and then to go through this whole this pre-draft period and, be considered a top 10, top 15 prospect, I think is just crazy, to see how my stock has steadily risen.
It's also the perfect ending to a beginning because you're closing one chapter with Temple, and now you're getting ready to play in the NFL, and you always will rep Temple. But to have the draft in Philadelphia, you're from Camden, just to have that proximity of home and to be drafted in this city, just what does that mean to you?
Oh, man, it's beautiful, and it means a lot to me, Like you said, to have the draft in Philly, 15 minutes away from home, in the city that I played ball in for 4 years, I think it was meant to be, things like this doesn't happen by accident, From my stock rising so high, the draft being in Philly, possibly first-round draft pick, this doesn't happen by accident, It's truly somebody watching over me, so.
It seems like it could be a movie, right?
Yeah, man, exactly, a movie. It's just like, and it keeps getting better and better and better, so hopefully it has that, that good movie ending to it.
Now, Matt Rule gave you a chance, Fran Brown gave you a chance, and you always will be synonymous with that Tempo coaching staff. Even though they're at Baylor, they're coming back to see you get drafted, just to still have that support, because they could have just stayed in Waco, Texas, and said, okay, we finished that Temple chapter, but they still love you and they still care for you. To see Rule on draft night, what's that going to be like?
Oh, man, it'd be great to see him again, The atmosphere, it'd be right, and it only makes sense, It shows what type of relationship, most coaches have with their players, or the type of relationship that me and him, we have, and it's just a beautiful thing, and I'm glad that he'll be able to make it out there.
We're talking to Haason Reddick. So you were a walk-on. Now, there's 100 of walk-ons, thousands of walk-ons in college football. What would your advice be to a walk-on if they're trying to make it to the NFL?
Let nothing deter them, If you really want it, if you're really hungry enough, just you'll get it. You find a way. Block out all the outside noise, and don't listen to nobody, and continue to work hard, especially when nobody is watching.
When they tell you no, if someone says you can't do this, you can't do that, how does that fuel you?
Oh man, it makes me. It just burns a fire inside of me, and it makes me it makes me that much more determined to show them you're wrong, But truthfully, I don't care about other people's opinions and what they have to say. I let my the way I play talk for me, and that's all that really matters.
We were talking about this before last time we had you on the show, about that time you got the scholarship and how much that meant to your mom, who was paying for your meal plan in college, and you were having to spend your own money to get through college. The other day, you were at the spring game, and you were able to award a scholarship to a Temple player. You, Jeff Collins, the university, Kevin Nagandi was there, and Chris Myrick. How did that come about, and what was that like to be there for that announcement?
So how it came about, Scott Wallace, he just reached out to me, asked me if I was going to be at the spring game. I told him, yeah, I'll be there. And he was like, we're giving Chris Myrick a scholarship, and we would like for you to be there to present it to him. And it only makes sense being that I was a former walk-on, and, it happened to me. And I was, hey, he's a good kid. He plays hard. He's doing all the right things. So I was willing to be there and, help him share that moment.
Like I said, this could be a movie. It could be a 30 for 30. ESPN could make a whole film out of you because these types of stories are so special. When you were injured in high school, overcame that adversity, got to Temple, walk-on, coaching change, and you made such an impact on a team that ended up in your senior year winning a championship. And for people that don't know the Temple story, that was a redemption year because the year before you guys lost in the AAC championship game. So when you look back at your time at Temple and how quickly it's just really flown by, how do you describe your time at Temple University?
I would say I would describe it as how would I describe? It's kind of indescribable. I'm lost for words when I think about where we came from and where we're at now. Winning the championship last year, because nobody understood how much hard work we put in from going to the 10 to becoming 10 and 4 AAC champions. It was so much hard work and dedication. So when I describe it, it's heartwarming, and I'm glad I did it with the group of guys that I did it with. I wouldn't want to do it with anybody else.
You always told me you could play at this level. But does this kind of feel like a dream a little bit from where you are now?
Yeah, man, it definitely feels like a dream, because so many people, set their eyes on being able to be in this position, and the fact that I'm here, is like I'm in a dream, and I don't have to wake up. As long as I maintain and keep doing the right things, keep up the hard work, I shouldn't have to wake up from this dream for a very long time. So.
Now, wrapping up with Haason Reddick, who joins us right now, getting ready to get drafted by an NFL team. I have to take you to your Twitter. On your Twitter, it's pinned. I know they say top 5, but I'm top 2, and I'm not 2. So is that you saying you're the best player in this draft?
Oh, man. It's just me understanding and having confidence in myself, Throughout this whole process, people, they're labeling and they're saying, oh, I think he's top 10. Oh, I think he's top 15. Not just me, but other people, Oh, he should go in the first round. He should go in the second round. Oh, he's the number 2 linebacker out of all the linebackers. I have extreme confidence in myself. I believe in my abilities and, the talent that I have. And I believe I have a very, great skill set. And I don't think anybody's over me.
How do you just keep the focus? Because I see it all the time on Twitter. I have tweeting you, Haason Reddick's going top 10 according to this mock draft. Some people have you going late first round. How do you just block all that out and say, okay, I got to focus on doing to get myself right and just focus on an all ball?
Because my goal isn't, my goal isn't to get drafted top 10. I mean, if it happens, that's beautiful, God willing. But that's not the goal. My goal is to make an NFL team. So that's how, as long as I get that chance to go into a camp and show what I can do at the next level, then that's all I really want.
Let's say your first year at Temple, if I came up to you and we were just relaxing on the sidelines talking, and I said to you, hey, Haason, in a few years you're going to be a first-round draft pick and the draft's going to be in Philadelphia, what would you have told me at that time?
I believe you.
I thought you would have said, maybe you're crazy. I'm just messing with you.
I would have asked you if you was a fortune teller.
Very clairvoyant, Zach Gelb. Haason Reddick, before we let you run, I got 2 more for you. When your name's called, and that's going to be a special moment, your family's going to be there, coach is going to be there, but if a team gets you and if a team drafts you, who are they getting? Who's the Haason Reddick they're getting?
They're getting a hard worker, somebody who's determined, somebody who's willing to make the sacrifices to be successful. And it's proof of that. My whole college career, that's what that is proven, so that's exactly what they're getting.
Now, I know on your finger, now you have an extra nice piece of memorabilia to put on there, some nice jewelry with that AAC ring. When you saw that, I couldn't believe how big that ring was. How about that ring?
Oh, man, that's gorgeous. It's beautiful, Besides the trophy, that's one of the, things that I'm proudest of, just to get that ring and it say 2016 AAC champions. So it's beautiful, it's gorgeous.
Where do you keep that ring?
Oh, I got it locked up in a safe place. But yeah.
All right, before we let you run, it's just us and the listeners out there. You want to tell us where you're going in the draft?
If I knew, I would. I don't know. So stay tuned. Definitely stay tuned.
One of the best stories in the draft. He's Haason Reddick. Congratulations. Thanks so much.
Oh, man, thank you. I appreciate it.